Hello everyone, it's Rita here, and I am going to share the Shabby Chic Christmas Journal. It's been such fun making this journal, and I am going, oh, I forgot I didn't get the ink off my hand. I apologize. Anyway, it's done, and I'm going to go through it. But just before I do that, I wanted to let you know I still have a couple journals in my shop. This is the Raven. If you remember, this was a Hinged journal. Now, I know it's kind of past the Halloween type season, but I thought if you have somebody who likes, you know, the book The Raven, or mysteries or that kind of thing, Edgar Allan Poe, this would be a nice Christmas gift. And then I have this one, which is autumn, navy autumn, and let me just slip this open for a second. And this was a folio, and this is kind of like the inside. This also would be a really nice gift for someone. I have lowered the price on these, so I took, I think it was 25% off. On the website, it doesn't say 25%, but I lowered it 25%. So maybe somebody would like to pick up, you know, one of these also, or, you know, for a Christmas gift. That's what I'm trying to say. Otherwise, they'll just stay in there in the shop until somebody comes along who really is looking for that. Okay, so this one here, I've done that soft cover, and it's very crispy feeling and fun. It has 120 pages. There are 3 signatures. Let me get my ruler. I'm not quite sure if I remember the size. 5.5. Well, this part is 5.5, but I would say it's more like 6. Because when I cut this, if you remember and you watched all the videos, it was a little too short. So what I did was just added some lace onto the edges. And I think it's fine. It feels good to me. The spine is 2 inches. And then it is 9.25 inches high. This part of it that opens, and I've squeezed it shut with this tie. It's about, well, it's about 3.5, 4 inches wide. All these pages are sewn in with the elastic. So if you want, you can take pages out if it's too thick for you. But actually, it actually lays open pretty flat, you'll see. Now here, I've slipped this seam binding in between the elastic. Let me show you here, back here, through all the pages, and that's where I'm closing it like that. This is not going to be closed. I think I just didn't want to put a tie across the front of this. I don't know, but you could. I mean, obviously, when you get it, you can pull this out and you can use it to go around. You could just run it right through under here, and you know, that would be up to you. Okay, so I'm gonna go through it. I hope it's not too long of a video. So anyway, here I just have the front pocket, and then I've got, you know, 2 tags, 2 journaling tags, of course. Now on these, I just mimicked the design on the pages in somewhat, not completely, but, and not exactly, but I tried to mimic. So I just had put this little cluster that I sewed this and sewed that button on, and then there's some lace up here. Now that goes around to the other side of the page when we get there. Little cluster here. This is a vintage book page that was sent to me by Jody, and I thought I need to use these because they're fun. Here's a tag, journal card, and a pocket here. And if you want to find out where I got all these, you can go back and look at my videos because it would take forever for me to explain it. Here's kind of a vintage address book. This is also a vintage ledger type thing. Here's one of the pictures that I sewed. I put some embroidery floss and tied it in there and punched these holes in it and make it look like it was the page that it was. Because see, there's other holes. I didn't punch all of them. Then on this side, I have just this pocket here. And what did I make? Oh, this is just a little tied up journaling card. I just tied it together like that. And that's the problem with tying and untying on camera. I gotta get back everything. You take the pains to get it just right, and then you pull it out and you messed it all up. Anyway, so that, and there's also a string in there, so you have to be careful. This is digital from another kit that I used throughout the book too. And all the papers are coffee dyed, except the vintage ones. There's, you know, they are vintage. Like this one is a piece of vintage that was also sent to me from, it was 8/11/89 was this, I think it was a doctor's book, and it was like a ledger of his patients. And he charged like $1 for an office call, it says. So this one I just sewed along the side of a piece of muslin that I attached to here and just put some lace on it. Here's a, what is cellophane, I can't think of it, glassine bag. And then I've just got a plain simple journal card in there. Here I did some sewing along the side of this one too. These are some that I did on Rachel's Roxy Creation, her weekly challenge. And they turned out so darn cute that I just used as all of them pretty much in this journal. But they can just be taken in and out, however you want to use them. But they're so darn cute. And let's see, on this one I just put one of those tags that I did with the UV resin, and put a button on there and tied it on, glued it down. Oops. Just to give it some of the, oh, you know what I didn't make is I forgot to make the writing page. I'll do that before I send it out. Just made me think of that because it's going to be lumpy, you guys, real lumpy. But I wasn't looking to, this is another vintage ledger from a bank in Buffalo, New York. That's the other side of that vintage, it's like a newspaper, women's newspaper. Here's just a simple plain journaling card, pocket, and little pictures tucked in here. This one here I just sewed on some fabric and a little bit of trim, and just, you know, glued on some lace up here. Oh, I actually sewed through that lace. And this is the other side of the doily that you saw earlier. This was another doily that I just cut up and made corners out of. I sewed these beads on to this page, and then it's got a sari silk bow. I like that one. And then here is a pocket that I made on Grunge Wednesday. If you want to see that, you can go back and look at the video. This is a digital that I had printed out from Tracy Fox. I think they're called Little Houses or something. And so I was trying to figure out how to put a wreath on the windows. So what I did was I took the reinforcers and colored them green, and then I just took some of the yarn and made it look like bows on there. But otherwise it's a journal card in here that I stenciled. So that goes back up into here, like so. This is from a vintage music book, vintage date book. And then here again, I just mimicked under this was a piece of ribbon printed, and then I just actually took the ribbon and put it on here, and lace over here, and some doily over there that I sewed on. Then on this side here, I put a pocket, a fabric pocket, and then I have like a little letter and some postage stamps in here that these were sent to me, and I just love those buttons, but I'm giving them up and they're vintage. And here I just strung some thread yarn through the holes that were already there, and this is journaling space. This is vintage writing paper, children's paper. This is one of those grungy pockets that I made, and I put a little journal card in that. It's just made out of packing paper. I just stick that, and then I've got these two little tags that stick back in here. And this was a stamp that was sent to me too, and I don't know where it's from. It was 13 cents. I don't know what, it's not United States, it's somewhere else, but I can't figure out where. This is just old dictionary page, and I glued on some fabric to the edge of that. And this one is just a journal card. I think you can pull this out. Yep. And you can journal on the back of this card. Pulls out, but then I got to get it back in. What a challenge, huh? That's why they're always bent on the corners. People taking them in and out of their photo albums, because everybody used to do that without gluing them in. Then on the back is a little postcard. And this is another page. I glued this muslin on there and printed that from a Tim Holtz stamp, and I glued this down so it would stay. And then over here, this is another one that I did with the UV resin, and made a little tab out of that, and it opens this way, and you can journal down here too. You could journal in here. This is light enough if you wanted to. And I just did a little cluster on the front of that page. And this page, nothing, but you can journal all through here. Here's another one that was one that I made with Roxy, and she just was so cute, throwing the snowballs, and there's pages for writing there. And I just clipped it onto the side of this one with a rusty paper clip. Oh, that was underneath. This is a picture from my family, from my childhood. It was 1953. I kind of figured out, because my brother's over here and he's like 2. That's me. And I still remember these toys. I doubt that you guys could even see it, but whoever gets this journal will see. It is, it used to play that music, not Pop Goes the Weasel, but Birds in a Pie or Crows in a Pie, and when you got to the end, after you turned it, all the birds would pop up out of the pie. I will never ever forget that. This is my grandmother's house. Look at that wallpaper. Anyway, this is just a copy, and I just, did it up a little bit just for fun. Here's another one of those journal things that I made, Roxy Creations. They just fit perfectly everywhere. Everybody needs to make some of those. This one, I just tied a little rusty snowflake on the end of the string that was hanging out. This is a journal card that I made, and I put some glossy resin on those little snowballs, and then the tag up here is kind of like a scarf hanging down. And then just a small pocket here. This is an envelope, and in here I have this little tag that I made just to show you guys how to do it. And it looks it's so darn cute. and it just fit right into here perfectly. Just the way she looks with all the lace and everything around it just turned out really cute. This is another, just a pocket, and I have this little journal card in here with the fabric that I stamped on. We had that stamping session on one of the Roxy Creation challenges. I guess that's the only place I ever make ephemera. Here is a flip up journaling space, and then there's a journal card in here. There's skaters in there, and I didn't glue it all the way down, so if you want, you could tuck something back into that part. Now this side here, I made a pocket, and I would not do this normally, have it come out this way. I'm not sure why I did it, but I got it figured out. So anyway, I made a journal card. This is the journal card. She's so pretty. And this is showing underneath. And that just slides in into there, which took quite a while to get it in figured out, but I still didn't get it quite centered, but I think it's good enough. Okay, this page here, I was trying to add some Christmas trees in, and they just weren't working for me. And my little reindeer needs another drop of glue. If I do that now, it'll glue the page shut, so I'll just have to mark it to go back. Had a hard time getting him to keep his head down. Anyway, so I had a Tim Holtz die cut, and I die cut this tree, and then I had these little die cuts with the reindeers on them. And oh, we're all the way into the third signature now. This is just a vintage, it was a time book, a week book, and if you want, you can just cover that up and journal over it. I just didn't cover it up. I think that's the fun part, is to read some of those things like that. This page here, I just put some eyelets in and ran string through it, and that mimicked the page because it had the rope look on it. And then, oh, I thought I didn't put that in too soon. Okay. So I just put a doily here, and then I had a little medallion cut out, and then this is just, I don't know where I got that, Hobby Lobby or something. And this little journal card here. It's just so cute. And that just, you know, sticks right into there. And this is the back of it, and I wanted to cover it, but I really couldn't. It just would have been hard to put anything in and out, and this way you can see the mechanics of my sewing it. Here's another page from the vintage ledger, bank ledger. This is folded up so you can tuck something in here. This here is just clipped on. I put one of these little charms on that I made with the resin, and two little tiny tags, which I love these, the images on these. And this was one of the sheets of paper that was in it's in a portrait design, so I had to use it like this way, or I wouldn't have been able to figure it out. So I just made a little tuck on the side, and then this opens up and you can journal inside there, and these tuck in here. And then on this side I just have a little tuck. Yes, I did have something. This is another one of those little grunge envelopes that I made, so I just tucked that all in there with the paper clip. So you have some more journaling space. Okay. I've been working on this straight for the last few days. I haven't made any videos, so I hope I can take some time tomorrow and make a video, at least for Monday. Here's another little tuck that I made with a little paper bag and a couple little journaling cards in there, and just this little journal card here. And I just tied on that yarn. Let's see. Coffee dyed. this page here, I didn't do any embellishing on it. I couldn't find what I needed. I was going to put a tree like in place of this one, more dimensional, but it just didn't look right, so I left it. I don't know. If you want, you could add a lot of different, you know, elements to it. I'm going to send along some of the leftover pieces that I have, so you might want to do something of your own. And let's see, where were you going here? With a lot of journaling space. This one, I just put a journal card back there where I had, this is where I strung all the jute twine around to the other side, and this is what is on that side to mimic it. This is another envelope that we used, and I just made a simple journal card there. I was going to decorate this, but I don't know, it just kind of looked nice, just like it is, popping out of there, that color. This is where it's getting a little hard, but you know what, we're still easy to turn. And then this is the last page, and my little stamp there, and this is the tree with the bench and everything on the bottom. And then back here I just have a journal card here with that little girl, and that is it. And then the back is just plain here. This fabric here is the same as this fabric that I coffee dyed it, and yeah, I really like that look. So, but like I said, it does open flat, you know, especially kind of, it can take stuff out. Let me just pull something out from the, do I want to pull that? I don't know what I want to pull. How about something that doesn't have anything on it? This page is probably pretty empty. So you can just slide it out, and you can write on it if you want and put it back in. Or you could make 3 journals just with this. You could take it and use each signature. There's 30 pages. I mean, there's at least 10 pages in each signature. So you could have a journal this size if you wanted to make 3 journals with that, or I don't know, just a thought. Anyhow, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will put, of course, the link where you can purchase it, and I will put the link of the other 2 journals that I showed in the beginning. I will put that link for the flip-throughs, so you can go look at the flip-throughs, because in my description, I was going to use Sorry Silk, you guys, but it was too short after I used it for a little while, and then I had to take it out because it wasn't long enough. So I put this crinkly seam binding, which is also vintage. So what was I going to say? Oh, I'll put the links down below to the other 2 journals, and that way you can go and see them page by page, because in the website I don't even hardly have a description, because most everybody purchases it from the YouTube video. So I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope this goes to a wonderful home. And I think I must have something I need to do on that page, or I wouldn't have that clip. But anyhow, okay, I will see you, like I said, in the next video. Bye-bye.